With the crew now, Phantom X, Big Dog Jake. Stories from the streets we tell. MMA crease, no fake. Late nights under city lights. Laughter echoes through the air. Real talk and verbal fights. Homie bond beyond compare. For the homies we ride together side by side. Podcast loud and clear. Every episode's a vibe. Memories and tales of old, legends grow, the stories unfold. Hard times turn to gold, in this world we hold our own. For the homies we ride, together side by side. Podcast loud and clear, every episode's a vibe. Voices join in harmonies, echoes of our histories. Homies keeping it real true, every week something new.
What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It's another exciting episode for the Homies Podcast. Coming to you live and in living color. Chris, how you doing, brother?
Well, I'm doing good. How y'all guys doing today? Once again, guys, to all our audience, it's Thursday night. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. So I'm going to drop it off to my boy, Big Dog Jake. How's it going, sir?
Well, Chris, Phantom Ebola, it has been going. I'm a tired boy this evening. Not only have I been busy, but I have not been getting much sleep. Personal reasons, not going to get into it. But I'm happy that I'm here. I'm happy that I made it. I'm happy to be here another Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every Thursday night for the homies. Phantom, good to see you. Chris, good to see you. Ebola, good to see you. How are you doing, my friend?
I am good.
That's good. Wonderful. Good to hear.
Ebola, I got a question for you. How do you feel that Obama dissed your girl Kamala? He didn't want her to be the nominee.
Who?
See, he's pretending like she don't exist. Like,
He's trying. He's trying.
So how's
Ebola.
how's our chat doing tonight, Jake? How's
We got a few people in chat already. UK Gamer gets to say first, saying gets me flooding the chat again this week. And you know what? We appreciate you. We appreciate you especially because it is 1 a.m. GMT. And you know what? If you're tuning in for even 5 minutes at 1 a.m. GMT on a Friday, we really appreciate it, UK Gamer.
Appreciate it, man.
Naganal, the king of all mods, the Thanos of the wrench, is here. Hail in the homies. Hail to you, Naganal. We're so good to see you here. And Sophie getting in early this week with the Peruvian drive-by. It's good to see you, Sophie. We're so glad that you made it. We're so glad that you're here on time. Interestingly enough, usually I don't expect that from you. Usually you surprise us late, excuse me. But it's always good to see you. And of course, we have our good friend Vagabond saying hail and hail to you, good sir. I hope that everyone tonight is well. I hope the inclement weather in like the southeast U.S., where it's nice and hot, nice and humid, nice and rainy, has been treating everybody okay. I know it's hot and humid up here in the Mid-Atlantic, but wherever you are, I hope things are well. So, Phantom, what's going on?
Well, everybody, it is time for us to have our favorite segment, your favorite segment. It's time for the Internet News.
Boy. Now we had a little bit of a debate before the show on where to split certain internet news and certain pop culture news in the show, but we decided on an order of things. And what is first up?
So we're definitely going to be talking about this Narnia news, which
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he both loves it. He loves who's going to be playing Aslan. He really loves it, man.
I don't know about
Just-
that.
I'm not the huge. Y'all guys know me. I'm not the hugest fantasy fan, but there's one series, fantasy wise, that you just don't mess with, and it's Narnia. It's freaking Narnia. I'm freaking watching Prince Caspian as we speak. How dare you? How dare you? Like Netflix. Once again, you do not mix freaking Narnia with rock and roll. Go ahead.
I'll say this. I know it, just from this simple sentence. I know exactly why the idea of Aslan, who is an allegory for Jesus Christ, in case you guys don't know, is the idea is being floated of Aslan being voiced by a woman, and it's because Greta Gerwig is directing this remake. Hey guys, any interesting movies that Greta Gerwig has directed in the past 5 years? Can you guys list any off the top of your head?
Unless you count Barbie, is the only thing I can
Oh,
think of.
Barbie. There we go. There's one.
Well,
It made its
$1 billion
money.
film. $1 billion film.
Yeah.
It was $1 billion film, but Barbie.
Yeah.
Barbie, a movie that was kind of weirdly existentially deep, and I think the message that they were trying to get across actually flew back in the face if you thought about it for more than 5 minutes. And Narnia, those two pieces of media could not be further apart from each other. They could not be further apart from each other. What an absolute. Go ahead.
Why
You said
Narnia, though?
Caspian.
What?
Why Narnia?
But why
It's
Narnia?
Because Greta Gerwig was selected to direct and showrun this new set of
Monstrosity.
films.
I don't get it.
It
Why
baffles me.
Narnia, then? Out of all, all the stuff, like the one that actually has Christian values, you just want to mess up. Like all of a sudden, like you just want to do it. We can't have nothing anymore, right? Like we just can't have nothing anymore. Okay,
And it
All
is
right.
specific,
nothing sacred.
very, very purposefully. The Chronicles of Narnia is very purposefully biblical allegory, and Aslan is very purposefully supposed to be a stand-in for Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And so, even if these movies, let's say the first movie comes out based on the first book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, even it is to the letter exactly the same or as close as one could be to the book. Having a woman, and no shade on Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep is a fantastic actor.
great actress, by the way. Very great
absolutely.
actress.
But
Leftist lunatic, but great actress.
but having
Yeah,
and no shade on ladies either, but having a woman be Aslan is not it's not the thing. It's not it, Chief. That ain't it.
There's rumors that instead of so we know in the story there are 2 boys and 2 girls. They're siblings.
Yeah.
That
Oh, no.
the oldest, they might gender swap the oldest to a female and make them all
Okay.
girls,
I'm not surprised.
or make one could be a transmission, or
Really?
yeah, that is the rumor that's going around.
So there is a rumor that they're going to make all 4 of the children either all girls
Mm.
or make
At least
one or
one
two of them
transmission.
manual transmissions. Interesting. Interesting.
In the
And-
1940s, right? 1930s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be World War II before, because their father is an RAF pilot, and it's supposed to be before the attack on Pearl Harbor, but after the Germans had blitzkrieg through France.
Yep.
So like after. I think like the beginning, the reason they go to their family member's house is to go to the countryside to escape blitz. Is to escape the blitz, the bombings that are happening in London.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've seen the movies. Their mother's is a part of the Red Cross, and she's helping out in London.
Yeah.
And their father, I think their father,
he's an RAF fighter pilot who they think might have been shot down during the Battle of Britain, or previous to the Battle of Britain.
I have the Narnia movies, and I think the first two movies are good. The third one's kind of ass. But Liam Neeson was Aslan.
I can see why you accidentally said Nielsen. Don't worry about it. We'll get to it later.
But he was Aslan in the movies. And I mean, hey, I watched it because I like him. He's a hell of an actor. And that his voice coming out of that lion was soothing, it was
so
calming.
Good.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. And now they want to do this atrocity to this great novel, these novels, and to these movies. It's like we're 12 minutes in. Fuck off with this shit. We don't want this shit. We never asked for it. You motherfuckers could have gave us the rest of the books on film, the original run, but that third movie tanked. It tanked, and that's the reason why they didn't continue the damn movies.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It was pretty bad, however, but the first two were good. Like, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I'm watching Prince Caspian. It's pretty good, however.
Prince
I'm already nervous for the
really
sequel.
good.
I'm already nervous for Prince Caspian because, like, you already know they're probably plotting to make the second book if this hits, if it becomes a hit or whatever.
Chris, it's not going to be Prince Caspian. It's going to be Princess Caspian.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. But just to cook on this a little bit, I already know what angle they're gonna go with. They're definitely not gonna make this a male lion. They're gonna make her a lioness, because then they're gonna say, like, because the lioness does all the hunting in the parts of Africa and all that. I already know where they're going with this, because it's a fierce.
So what are they going to do when, like in the book and in the original run of movies, and as we're in a UK gamer bringing up the BBC TV series, when they capture, when the White Witch captures Aslan, or Aslan gives himself up, and they shave off his mane. Lionesses don't grow manes. What's the allegory going to be there?
They go say the Aslan's a trans lion or some dumb shit.
And also, like, don't be surprised if they make the witch a king or whatever like that. I wouldn't be surprised what's been to happen. Like, just get ready for a total. Because remember, they already let you know how this series is going to be. They said that we're going to mix Narnia with rock and roll, and we want a modern audience. And we already know what that word means. What's up, Sosa, man? You already know what that word means when you hear the freaking modern audience take. It usually ends up being bad 100% of the time.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I got one better. They're going to make the Ice Queen an allegory to Trump.
Yeah, that's what UK Gamer is saying. You know, how much you want to bet they give her flyaway orange hair and a tan. It just- see, so this actually addresses something you said earlier, UK Gamer, that I wanted to say something about. You said, "What's the old saying? The left can't create; they only destroy." So here's the thing: historically, basically up until quite recently, the left have been the people that absolutely kill it in the arts. They're the ones that make good TV. They're the ones that make good movies. They're the one that makes good music. However, these past, like, mainly like 3 or 4 years, but it kind of started in like 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
When TDS,
Almost a decade.
when Trump derangement syndrome hit, the left started to tail off because their allegory and their symbolism became a little too on the nose. And once we got to the point in like 2021, like 2019, 2020, 2021, where there started to be characters in comic books that were like blatant parodies of like Jordan Peterson and Donald Trump and Ben Shapiro and things like that. They're
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Eric July. Like their allegories are becoming so on the nose that there's no subtlety to them, and so you're kind
They're
of seeing
watching.
this weird shift where the left is, because they're just so deranged in some aspects, that the right in some parts are actually starting to climb and actually starting to come out with better and better and better art. And if, you know, depending on your perspective, if not better art, at least more widely accepted and widely beloved art. And whereas the left is kind of falling off.
Because the thing with the right is, like, the right was so, like, far to the right to where, like, you know, hey, if you play video games or you play, if you watch movies, it's all demonic and stuff, like all that nonsense or whatever. But like, what I'm starting to notice, like Jake says, just to capitalize off of that, some of the people from the right are starting to say, like, you know what? I understand now. Like, I understand why this stuff is like worth fighting for a minute. So.
You still have
Go ahead,
you still have those holdouts like Gavin McGinnis, which he's a piece of shit, and you still have like
Lil Wayne.
Well, no, I mean you have what's that guy that he's part of Daily Wire, Matt Walsh. That's still, you know, he still says anime is for, you know, maps.
Yeah.
And you know, you I'd say Melanie Mac, same thing. You know, with video games. You know, you still have those holdouts. Now, like
still I do.
if you think like Eric July, his most recent comic books, Isom sold over $500,000 worth of copies,
which is
phenomenal.
That's legit.
And you have, you know, you still have Star Wars Theory. He's putting his stuff out, and you have like independent directors and stuff. There are right leaning who are actually making good content. You know,
right?
And it's to the point now where they're going to bastardize what they can, because it's this woke ideology, this identity politics bullshit is starting to die. It's not there yet. It's not completely gone. And people who
keep on fighting.
If people who are saying, "Oh, woke is dead," you're dead fucking wrong. You're dead wrong.
They're just they're switching it up. Go ahead, Ben.
This Nardia proves this shit is still alive and well, and until it's eradicated, do not let up on it. Call the shit out, and call out the people on our side of the fence who
Yes.
who want to hate something and shit on something just to do it.
Yes. And an easy way to spot those people on our side of the fence, and by that we just mean the absolutely fucked in the head people, is whenever you see them jump from topic to topic, day to day, based on the news cycle, those are the people. Those are the people. Whenever you see somebody
No matter
about one thing, and then the next day a news story is coming out, they're bitching and moaning about that, and it might even be contradictory to what they said the previous 24 hours. Those are the people that are grifting. Those are the people that just sit in there for money. I know we had a massive example of some right-wing grifting in the past couple of months with Ashley St. Clair, which that's just I don't even want to get into that. But there's snakes in the grass everywhere. You know.
Yeah, and just to get back on our side too. Yeah, just to talk about our side real quick is like, you know, like, hey, once again, like Gary says, however, like we're not a monolith of people. We're not no echo chambers. If you don't like something, that's fine or whatever. That's fine. But it comes to the point to where, like, you know, I've been seeing some people on our side that just hate things for the sake of hating things. It's like Phantom says, like the forest is always in front of it's covered with the trees.
Yeah. They can't see the forest because of the trees. And trust me, we have called out. We've called out some friends for doing this, and we and they appreciate it. And you know, we listen to their argument, and they listen to ours. And a lot of times they say, "Hey, your argument is actually a better argument than what the hell they were doing." You call them out.
It's okay. And we're friends.
You have to hold everybody. You have to hold everybody accountable for what they say.
Yes. And that
good
is
or bad.
Yes, and that is the benefit to our side, if you will, which, like Kreese was reiterating, as Gary said, we're not all on the same side. We're just kind of a collection of people who have been dissatisfied with the way liberalism has gone in the past couple of decades. The difference between us and them, if we're going to split it into two categories like that, is people who have like the woke mind virus, if you will, who are on the far left. They're in lockstep. They have to be, because the moment you step out of line and you have not even a dissenting opinion, but you even question something, they come down on you like a ton of bricks and they ostracize you. Whereas over here, like Fan was saying, we can have differing opinions and we can disagree with each other. And we can have conversations about it, and we can still shake hands at the end of it and move on from things. We're not, just because you have an opinion that's different or you question something, doesn't mean that we immediately think that you hate our guts or that you're our enemy. No, that's stupid.
Yeah,
absolutely not. Disagreement is what leads to conversation, which is what leads to growth. And
it's like
whoever you are.
It's like this. If our friends have a stupid take, we let them know it's a stupid dumb take. You know, I mean, let me give you an example. Say like we were talking about like this, like the upcoming Spider-Man stuff that's going on right now, and we had a conversation about it, and pretty much somebody said I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about, and I'm like, you're dumb, and I made my argument, and I literally showed them that they were wrong with their argument about Spider-Man and the characters, and you know, you had to help you got to hold everybody accountable. We're not echo chamber. Yeah. We is there stuff that Jeremy has said that we disagree with? Abso-fucking-lutely. And there's stuff that Beardo has. Yeah. Beardo has had bad takes. Gary has had some bad takes. We people on our side have had bad takes.
Phantom, you've had bad takes. I've had bad takes.
Mm-hmm.
We all.
Same here.
Nobody bats 1,000. Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody bats 1,000. But that's what we're here for. We keep the homies in check.
Hey, Ebola.
Oh, here it comes.
Ebola, sir, are you still alive? What is your thoughts on this situation? You're quiet, dog. Like, you're making me nervous. Talk. Say something.
This is retarded. Okay, first off, they're not going to do Lion the Witch Wardrobe. They're gonna do Magician's Nephew first, and that is a complex movie. And also, like I said this years ago when Rings of Power started. If they mess up Narnia, there's gonna be a bigger outcry for Narnia than Rings of Power, because unlike Rings of Lord of the Rings and the Tolkien universe, it's a streamlined story where Tolkien has many different stories. Where Narnia is a one stream movie and franchise. It has one story, and you can't. They're not like alternate different things.
Right.
And I mean, outside of the Christian part of the movie, it's just the entire thing is like she's not a bad actor. Obviously the Lion's a guy, so you can't have a woman voicing it.
Mhm.
It's just all retarded.
Well put. Grace, thank you.
That's what I'm talking
the-
about. See, that's why we got Ebola. Like,
Yo,
quite
I love that
investment.
his opening
Yeah.
song, though. It's
Quite
fucking retarded. Amen,
You know,
brother. Amen.
Ebola's a Kamala supporter, but he has brains to a
That's
point.
right. That's right.
He's flipping us off right now as we speak.
He's like, no. Ebola right now is like every time we talk about Kamala, it's
Here
like
we go again. Oh shit. Here we go again.
Like if she
Yeah.
was, I will say if she was cast as the evil queen, it would have been, I think, a decent casting. for
Perfect
the Evil
casting.
Queen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Meryl Streep as the witch? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I did talk to him. I did think about this like when it first announced. I'm like, it's not that she's a woman. It's just that it's also the lion thing, and also she doesn't have like the fear of Aslan.
The gravitas.
The part where Aslan's actually inspires fear in front of people. I don't think she would able to have a deep voice enough for
Right.
for her to be fearful as Aslan.
I mean, Aslan is depicted as, even when he whispers, you can hear him across Narya.
Yeah.
You literally can
Yeah.
hear him from one. He could
His
be as far. He could be far away, and you can hear him across the land, and that's
Yeah.
even with a soft voice. And
It's
with
because he's supposed to be the voice of God, for crying
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. Trying to make Narnia more rock and roll and for a modern audience. Look,
bad idea.
regardless of what you think, like Ebola was saying, comparing the Narnia universe to the Lord of the Rings universe. Regardless of what people think about the Rings of Power, for instance, and I'm no fan of it. I think it was just terrible. It was abhorrent.
It was awful.
There is enough like world building and enough stuff, if you will, that Tolkien wrote that does allow for there to be not necessarily interpretation, but allows there to be like some like side stories built, if you will, that aren't that wouldn't
Not with
necessarily
Narnia.
conflict. Correct.
Yeah, like,
with Narnia
there's
though,
enough-
it's a straight line from A to B to C to D. There's no deviation anywhere.
Yeah, I will like Rings of Power. Even though they changed a lot of things, there's enough story in there for what they took, or in the Middle Earth and Tolkien stuff, where there's argument to say that the Rings of Power show isn't an abomination, which I mean it is. Where Narnia, you have the Magician's Nephew all the way to the last battle, and that's the entire. There's not like different point of view stories outside the space books that he wrote,
Right.
which that's a different story altogether.
Right. Totally unrelated to Narnia. His space fantasy, totally different story, not related in any way, shape, or form. And again, everything that Tolkien wrote, starting with The Hobbit, everything after that was in some way in Middle Earth and connected to itself
Yeah.
for decades and decades.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, even the Cimmeril, that actually started
Silmarillion.
the whole, that started it all, right? And
Yeah.
then, you know,
It's basically a history book. It reads like a history
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
well, it's their version of it. Well, technically, it's their Bible. If you really look at it,
Yeah.
you know, it's Tolkien's Bible.
Yeah.
On how the whole story is structured from
I
the
guess you
very
could say
beginning
that.
up until now. I mean, you know, and
I mean,
with them
they're
doing
crazy.
this to this book series, and they're gonna modernize these for modern audience, it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail.
That's-
It
Just-
will
I mean,
fail.
And I
Yes.
mean,
That's
if you think the woman that helmed the ship for Rings of Power, she's gone from Amazon.
Right.
She's fucking gone, and they want to do this now. Trust me, if the show's good, we'll say it's good. If
Yeah.
it's awful, you'll fucking know it. You'll fucking
Yeah,
know it.
that's what I say.
Yeah.
Like, also, I think my biggest concern is Magician's Nephew in the last battle, because Magician's Nephew was basically the first sin, is basically the representation of the first sin. Actually, my bigger concern is how they're going to treat Susan, because she was the only one that didn't arrive in Narnia after the train, because she wasn't on the train,
Mhm.
and she kind of got treated as like she's no longer a queen of Narnia and stuff.
Right.
So my concern, are they gonna how they're gonna do those two books, because those are kind of like the two meaningful ones, and the rest, I mean, but those are the two like big meaningful books, and the rest are kind of like
Right.
streamlined in between.
Mhm.
And also, they've never done a live action Magician's Nephew outside the BBC ones.
I was gonna say this, like, this just proved, like, you know, what happens when you just give up your rights to your property, so like all willy-nilly or whatever. This is one of the main examples. Like, you know, the fact that Netflix can do whatever they wanted to do with this just shows you, like, you know, you gotta,
guess
like, the family, C.S. Lewis's family. I don't know who dropped the ball on this one or whatever, but it just shows you, like, when you throw enough money in front of somebody, a lot of people, like, they're not gonna care or whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
from what I-
the adaptation rights for movie and television were sold
Mm.
off in like the 80s, like way before
Mm.
all this stuff was happening.
It originally
Okay.
was part of Disney. Disney had it at first, and then they
Well,
And
also,
they didn't
I
use
guess
it either.
I mean, if you
they
really
did 3
think,
movies, but then
but
no,
then you
I'm
got
just
to
saying
think,
the adaptation rights were sold off before that, like years before that.
oh
That's what I'm
really?
saying.
So
Yeah,
before the
because-
Disney movies were
Yeah.
made.
Yes.
yeah. So
They had
I
already
mean,
sold
there
off.
was a Russian film based on the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that happened. What I think the late 70s, early 80s. It was a
You
Russian.
might be,
It was a
you
Russian.
might be thinking about the Tolkien ones, because I don't know if there's ever been a
Yeah, there was a Russian one.
non-book adaptation until like the late 80s, early 90s with the BBC live action one.
Because I know the Russian one had Santa Claus in it.
Santa Claus.
Really,
Yeah,
really.
That's
yeah.
not.
I'll look it up. Give me a second.
Anyways. Anybody have
Yeah.
any final thoughts on Narnia real quick?
I guess.
No, let's
my-
look at. Oh,
My
go-
thoughts is, I guess we'll see whenever they release a trailer, and just see if the reaction is worse, similar or worse to Rings of Power, because I think if it's unfaithful, it's gonna be a worse outcry than Rings of Power was.
yeah,
I'd have
'Cause-
to agree.
yeah.
I'd have to agree.
I
don't know
mean,
if the
because the
outcry was
lion
quite
is supposed to be a boy.
I
Yeah,
just think
Well, it's
the
supposed to be
fact
boy.
that there's not like arguments like that they can change things is why it might be worse.
yeah.
Honestly, I think my biggest fear is they're gonna race swap, or just they're gonna race swap like Edmund
about to
or
race-
Susan. They're gonna be like, oh,
Get ready.
it's like, oh, they
You're gonna
have a
have
mixed
one-
family. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna have like one. You're gonna have three.
Okay.
You're gonna have 3 white kids and 1 black kid out of nowhere.
And
like,
Edmund's
I
gonna
guarantee.
be the black one, and they're like, he's ostracized because he's black. That's why he went to the
Okay.
White Witch.
Okay, so the
if-
first adaptation of The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe that was made in Russia was in 1988.
88.
Ah.
88.
I think I did remember seeing like
It's a
the
TV
Russian
miniseries,
hats.
88. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I mean
just
that's my
want to say
final
something.
thoughts.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Then I have a final thought, real quick, which is,
Yeah,
given the contemporary circumstances that the series is introduced in, if the family happened to take in a black child as like an adopted son or daughter, that wouldn't necessarily be out of the ordinary for England in 1940, because they didn't have the same type of racial issues that like the United States had. But
yeah,
the issue would be is if there was a race swap or a gender swap when the children, 2 boys, 2 girls in staggering age, all had very specific roles in Narnia.
somebody, the daddy was getting around.
Nice, and all that stuff.
And-
Like,
And don't forget, they were known as the sons and daughters of Adam and Eve.
Yeah,
I
right.
remember that.
Yeah,
exactly. Each one of the children, each one of the 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, their character arcs and who they become and who they are in Narnia is very specific to them, their age, and their gender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you change any aspect of that, the entire character arc throughout the series would have to change, including how those characters interact with other characters. So you'd have to change the entire thing. It would be like a butterfly effect type change.
Yeah.
Well, also,
Yeah.
you also one more thing before we move on, and you gotta think the Snow Queen was like she was trying to manipulate the youngest boy in the
Yes.
story, and
yeah,
you know, are they going to like change that aspect of the story? We just don't know yet.
yeah.
So
Yep.
What's up?
What's our
Doc?
chat says?
Oh, UK Gamer has been popping in here talking about what we were speaking about earlier, how woke isn't dead. We've had small victories, but it'll take a long time to get it out of films, and even longer to get it out of gaming due to the longer development cycle for games. And I would have to agree with that. And something I wanted to say earlier, but I'll say now, is something can be dying for a long time before it's actually dead. And also, just because culturally something is dead doesn't mean you stop pushing, you stop fighting. It's not like once the battle is over, we just say, okay, guys, it's time to go home. We're all done here. No.
it
And
just mutates and changes, it becomes something else.
Yeah,
of course,
Yeah.
exactly. And one of the things that we have on our side that we can continue to hammer home forever, basically, because this will be an evergreen thing, is over the past couple of years, the phrase modern audience has become absolute poison to
Mhm.
Yep.
everyday people. Whenever even people who are not initiated into politics or pop culture see modern audience, now they know that's like, oh, great.
And
It
the
means
modern
it's going to
audience
be
doesn't
made
exist.
for this ephemeral modern audience that, for all intents and purposes, all the modern audience are people who yell really loud on X but don't actually show out to support
the product.
piece of media.
Mm.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Blue hair land whales.
Yeah, exactly. That's something
Pretty
you can't
much.
help.
The
Term modern
I mean,
audience is a misnomer because they aren't going to watch anything, and so
Mhm.
calling them the audience is a scam. And I entirely agree.
every time they've proven the modern audience doesn't exist because they screech online. We saw the Acolyte, we saw Dragonlance, the Veilguard, etc. Every time they say how much they love it, then when the product comes out and the results show that they never actually watched or supported it.
The thing is, they watch us more than they watch the other product or whatever, because
Which-
like they
which
give
is-
us way too much credit.
Which is
They
funny.
give
They're
us way
like,
too much credit.
they say we're irrelevant. Then when the thing fails, they're like, it's because of us. It's like,
Mhm.
which is it? We're irrelevant, or we're the reason the thing failed?
Oh, and we'll get into
It's like
some of that later.
it's like you're giving Jeremy and Critical Drinker and them like way too much credit, man. Like they all they do is just put out their opinion, just like we put out our opinion. You either are gonna listen to us or you're not gonna listen to us, or whatever.
Yeah, like
They-
it was like Ryan said at the Orlando meetup. If they could say as much as they want, but it wouldn't matter if no one agreed with them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, Chris, what do we have up next?
So definitely we are going to go ahead. I think we were finna do trailer trash, but like, the Phantom is gone for a minute. So I mean we can just kind of like, shoot the shit, as they say, or whatever, or
I can hit the trailer thing right quick.
I'll hit it
yeah,
for you.
go ahead.
If that's something that's necessary. So we can go ahead and do trailer trash. I don't think
Yeah.
all right. So what is
So trailer
number
trash.
Yes. What is trailer number one on the
we're gonna
clock?
we're gonna have a huge summer this weekend or whatever. It's like 365 days out of the year with this show, and you know what? And it is coming from Disney. Yes, I know. I hear you guys, but come on, man. It's Phineas and Ferb, man. They got the ultimate. They got Perry the Platypus, dog. Like, come on, dog. Look, we're gonna do the Phineas and Ferb trailer first, like, because it's Phineas and freaking Ferb, dude. Like,
Absolutely.
this is that one cartoon where I gotta give it to like Generation Z. Like, this is your guys' cartoon, and I like it. Like, this is awesome. Like, I hope you guys get more cartoons like this or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Kids just being kids. Kids just
Absolutely.
being kids, man.
All right, Ebola, this is your baby, so you get first dibs after we're done playing it, and we are going to play it in 3, a 2, a 1, go.
All right, here we go.
Long time no see.
I know what we're gonna do today.
We're gonna bust Phineas and Ferb once and for all.
Are we gonna do this again?
Snitch.
Agent P, we suspect that Doofenshmirtz is back to his evil ways. And by suspect, I mean...
He updated his social media status to evil again.
This is amazing!
Check it out, Gecko Gear.
Red Bull hot tub.
It's a submarine sandwich submarine. I can't believe we hadn't thought of it sooner.
Everyone, hold on! Wow!
Isn't it great? It's like old times.
Time for the musical dance sequence.
Summer vacation. I am ready for summer shenanigans.
Come on, guys.
Let's do this! Oh, there you are, Perry. You guys are so weird.
New season, June 5th, nerds. So, Ebola, what do you have to say? Let's hear you.
My only concern is, are they going to change it to or try to modernize Phineas and Ferb where because I've seen this in a bunch of, we've all seen it in a bunch of, they bring back an old show that everyone loves and then they kind of change it where it's completely different or worse than the original. So I'm really concerned that they would make it worse or it feels nothing like the original one. I am glad that some of the original actors came back though.
Mhm.
That is a good sign.
Yep, they have most of the original voice actors. They have a bunch of the original writers.
Yeah.
The new people that they're bringing on is, they have some new writers, they have some new directors, they have a new animation team, although the animation style seems to fall in line, so that looks fine. I'm not concerned about that at all.
Yeah,
I guess my only concern is the writing. Are they going to make it try to make it modern or crappy.
From what I know about the creator or whatever, because he's like always on Instagram all the time or whatever, like I think he's just one of those creators of I just want to entertain my audience type of guys. Because like he never puts out his politics whatsoever.
Isn't that guy also voicing? Doesn't that guy also voice Doofenshmirtz?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
And in my opinion, based on I haven't seen a ton of Phineas and Ferb, but I've seen enough of it to know that it's a decent show.
Yeah.
They very much have an incentive to basically not just reiterate, but like I'm trying to say this in a way that doesn't sound demeaning, but like make the same show basically. Like they have an incentive to not update it or change it because the people who are going to watch it are going to want to watch the show that was like the one they watched, 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
I will say it's not that hard. I mean, it's a pretty simple show. You have the kid wanting to, and then you have this secret agent platypus.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Perry.
It's really easy. So I think most people that are going to watch it are the ones that watched it all the way back then when it was the last two good. I would say I think Phineas and Ferb was the last good show that Disney had before it became.
Definitely.
After Phineas and Ferb and Gravity Falls, the shows all became kind of like the same thing, where it's just boring and no personality.
Shout out to Phineas, Ferb, and Gravity Falls. AP is all for it. They were good Gen Z shows.
So I've never seen Phineas and Ferb.
It's actually pretty good, bro. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, I've seen clips. I've seen clips, but so we know that right now Disney is in a hole. They're basically in a hole right now with animation.
They dug the hole another $200 million deeper.
Yeah, and it's like they have to have some kind of hit on Disney Plus. This is going to Disney Plus, so. Increase your mic's muffled.
It is.
Yeah.
Am I good now?
Yes. This is. Is it going to be good? Who knows? Phineas and Ferb at one time was Disney Channel's biggest show at the time that was running.
Oh yeah.
And it
was.
It ended what? Before
15? I think 15.
Yeah.
I think it was 15 or whatever. Like they even did a crossover with the Avengers, man. Like that's how good the show was. Like and it actually worked.
I believe they had some video games tie-ins.
Yeah. Okay.
It
ended on the 12th of June 2015.
Okay, so it's been a decade.
Okay.
It's been a decade.
Dude, that's our anniversary. I mean, that's our 50th episode, by the way. Just tune in for that one. Just say it.
It was fate.
One thing I want to point out is since the late 90s, when Nickelodeon exploded with SpongeBob, Disney had been trying to find a cartoon that could compete. And it wasn't until, Steven Hillenburg sadly passed away and SpongeBob started taking a dip. Then Phineas and Ferb came around. That was the one for Disney that really took off. And for a number of years there, it was the most watched. And Disney finally had overtaken Nickelodeon in that department. And all leads how they very much have an incentive to keep towing the line, if you will, and making sure the show feels just like it was when it first aired.
Now, since they're bringing back Phineas and Ferb, are they going to bring back Kim Possible? Because she ended her run around the same time.
Oh man,
if they brought back Kim Possible, how would you feel?
They have to update it.
Well, this is what I was going to say for the update. How would you guys feel if like she and Ron were married and they had two?
Oh, I'm down for it.
Kids.
I'm down for. I'm down for it.
Maybe the blonde one would be Kim, and maybe the redheaded one, the blonde one would be the girl, and the redheaded one would be the boy. You know, have something like
Yeah.
almost like a
Yeah,
spy
like have a family spy thing
spies,
going.
yeah.
Well, like the original Spy Kids, where the
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
were like retired spies, and then the kids came into the spy thing, and then as the series went on, they all started.
So let me talk about Kim Possible real quick. Like Kim Possible is that one show that
Hold
was in the.
Hold your thought. Jeff Up North's in the chat.
I already said hi.
My name is Jeff.
My name is
No. So what's up, Jeff? You're awesome, dude. We'll have you back on the show. Like you are worthy to come back on here, man. I hope you want to come back on. I hope we didn't scare you away. Anyway, the Kim Possible was one of those shows that was quote unquote to make the girl power movement. Like this is what Christy Carl Romano said when she was like promoting the show back in the day or whatever. It was like supposed to be like a girl power thing movement, but what actually happened is like it actually did the reverse. Like it actually most dudes like Kim Possible than the girls. Like so you just got
It was a good show. It was a good show.
It was a good show.
So
It was a
Chris,
good
I have
show.
question. Did you watch the live
Yeah.
action?
I did.
Hell no.
It was.
I didn't.
It wasn't.
I wasn't
that
gonna
good.
watch it. Like
I just
I,
watched
like-
the trailer. I'm like, I watched the trailer. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to see this.
it's like people because like she even says like she'd be surprised. She's so like she's like so surprised and blown away that there's so many dudes that loved Kim Possible, and I'm like, dude, it's because that was our life growing up. It's like you were trying to like Kim Possible was like that girl you was really trying to holler at, like you know, like you know.
And don't forget the main villain, the dude that worked with the bad guy is Draken is supposed to be the guy that's in Phineas and Ferb's brother. So it was they were tied into each other. And
yeah.
I mean Kim Possible was a real good show. You know, my daughters watched it,
Yeah.
so yeah, I watched it. They didn't like Phineas and Ferb, so
That's all right. That's
what the sitch?
It's okay.
What's the sitch? And I'm with Vagabond as well. Totally Spies was fire too. Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was fire too, or whatever. But I'm just saying, like Kim Possible was like straight fire, bro. Like they didn't even bring that up. Well, I hope if they're gonna bring it back, just make it just what it used to be. Well, actually, you have to update it because they're out of high school or whatever. Like you know, make Kim Possible a mom, make Ron the dad. Like shout out to Ron Stoppable because he got out of the friend zone. Like he got Kim at the end, and he wasn't even trying. He wasn't even trying.
Baby.
See, you know, when you look at Ron, you hope and believe that you know Isaac could find a hot girl like Ron did and Kim Possible.
Oh Lord. Isaac is taking strays like for no reason.
Yeah, just he has one problem. He likes hoodies rack.
This is true. This is true. This is true.
I thought that was a Discord exclusive, man. What happens in Discord stays in Discord.
Not when it comes to Isaac. Not when it comes to Isaac. No.
Yeah, Isaac. Yeah.
We love you, brother. We love you, brother. We love you, brother. No homo.
Oh Lord.
All right.
Not,
Okay, I
James
guess
is not associated with us.
Moving on.
All right. Second trailer.
Yeah, what do we want to play second? Is this one that you wanted to cook off on, Kreese?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's called The Karate Kid, The Karate Kid Legends.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be glad when we don't have to talk about Karate Kid because Karate Kid's like really starting to piss me off right now.
Now, this was dropped on April 1st, April Fool's Day. However, this does seem to be a real legitimate thing. So everybody
It is a real trailer from CinemaCon.
It is legitimate. It's from CinemaCon. And, well, let's take a look at it. Off to a great start. Already have Jackie Chan up front. So let's start this show in 3, 2, 1, go.
Chen Wang.
You want to talk about?
Ooh,
Oh.
coming soon, exclusively to theaters.
When is that soon?
Can I say my thoughts right quick on this? This is
Yes.
just
Go ahead.
this is just the Karate Kid, the original Karate Kid, just in New York with Daniel Rulus. Well, Daniel is just race swapped with a Asian. It's the same movie.
But Ralph Macchio is Daniel-san. He is the same character.
Okay. All right. So just speaking on the guy that loves the franchise or whatever, like Karate Kid. Okay, technically anybody can be the Karate Kid, even though Johnny Lawrence is the real one. Just saying.
I agree, Creed.
Just saying.
Daniel. Hey, I got high take. Daniel was the bad guy in the first movie.
He was.
Everybody knows that Daniel was the bad guy. All right, it just is what it is. Like my student Johnny Lawrence.
He landed cheap shots out of competition, and he was Mr. Steely Girl. All right.
Yeah. Johnny Lawrence is my kid, okay?
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Sensei John Kreese speaking for Johnny Lawrence.
Then he lost the girl eventually.
Yeah. But so the thing is, like, this is totally a Sony soulless cash grab, as we know, because the Spider-Man the Spider-Man universe that they did failed, or whatever. That was an abomination. They're gonna take they saw Cobra Kai, they saw how good Cobra Kai was doing on Netflix, and then they just said like, hey, Josh and Hayden, like the guys that that are the directors of Cobra Kai or whatever. I got to speak with Hayden too. Like, he really nice dude or whatever on the podcast with for the Kings of Pop Culture. Shout out to them. They approached them to do this movie, but like in the Cobra Kai universe or whatever, they automatically said that Jaden Smith's Karate Kid is not connected to their story. So basically, but it doesn't matter what they say; it matters what the bosses say. So, like, this is where the Karate Kid legends come into play, or whatever. Like, they're doing the movie without those guys that made Cobra Kai. So, like, they basically just said, like, screw what you guys are saying. Yeah, this, like, Jackie Chan is part of your guys' universe, if you like it or not, or whatever. So everything is connected in the universe.
And also another thing, Jackie Chan's character, he's Chinese, and we know that God, brain fart. Mr. Miyagi
Karate from Japan.
Was
from
Japan.
Okinawa.
So this kid is like trained in kung fu, and they're gonna switch him to karate. This movie's gonna be dog shit.
The adaptation's gonna be hard because it's hard to switch from karate to a fighting style to another one.
Right.
It can be done. It can be done, but it's just really hard to do. So
for me, it seems like they're trying to redeem the failure of the 2011 Karate Kid.
So Ebola, I actually think that might be the case because
it is.
As we saw, the kid is trained in Kung Fu, a distinctly Chinese martial art.
Yes.
And what does Jackie Chan do? He reaches out to Miyagi's last and greatest student who knows Okinawa karate. And what I find interesting about that is kind of due to like Jackie Chan's political affiliations is taking a distinctly Chinese character who knows a distinctly Chinese martial art and bringing in a white guy of all people to teach a distinctly Japanese martial art. You can tell that there is no Chinese financing in here whatsoever because there's no way that would fly.
No way on God's green earth.
The only thing that you could technically call would be Chinese was they had the new Karate Kid had to be, I think, of Asian descent. Was the only scenario.
Asian descent, however, because they have to
Asia has
sell
like
this
3
movie in
billion
China.
people.
Dude,
Yeah.
They have
you
to sell
gotta
this movie
remember.
in China.
You gotta remember the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie fell harder than Brandon Lee did on Sell the Crow.
Oh, yeah.
That movie tanked. It tanked in Japan and China. It
It
tanked.
was bad. And you know why?
I was gonna say,
Simply because Jaden Smith is black. That's why it failed in
Yeah.
China. Because as much as
Yeah.
people want to cry racism here in the West, you guys have not experienced racism until you've left the United States and gone to a different,
yeah,
like, culturally
Different
homogenous country.
Asian countries take racism to ranked.
Oh yeah.
They're xenophobic, man. They're really xenophobic or whatever. Like they bet you like hard
They
when you
make
come
you-
into the country.
They make you earn their respect. Where over
Dude,
here they
I'm,
just
I'm with Ebola on this. We're all casual racists here in the West, where they're over there playing on ranked. Like,
yeah
it's
they
a whole nother league.
they make you work for the respect. If they eventually respect you, it's because you actually earn the respect, not because they just are nice.
Yeah, it's not just given to you.
Yeah.
You gotta
Dude,
earn it. Shocking.
you also got to remember that even Jackie Chan could not save that fucking movie.
Yeah,
And having him in this is like, I agree with Creed. We've talked about this, Crease. We talked about this. That the only reason Jackie
Yeah.
Chan's in it is like he wants at least his character to be in a good movie and not a flop like that one was.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And another thing,
if you just look, if you can look past Jackie Chan's affiliation with the CCP,
Yeah.
it's whatever, right? Jackie Chan is
Yeah.
still hands down probably the third greatest martial artist of all time. Third greatest.
Yeah.
Who
I mean,
was the
he
first
trained with Bruce. He trained with Bruce Lee and all that.
Bruce Lee's number one.
But let me.
Ebola. Bruce
Who's
Lee.
two? Who's
I-
two then?
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I was gonna say, let me say this, like, just to get back to the Karate Kid stuff with Jaden for a minute. I'm gonna actually protect Jaden Smith on this one, like, surprise her or whatever. But the Karate Kid 2010 movie wasn't actually a bad movie. It's actually rather like watchable. It's pretty good or whatever. Because guess what? It's literally Karate Kid just with Kung Fu. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Now, if they would have called it Kung Fu Kid, like people are more to give it a pass. It's like a lot of people just don't like the name of it or whatever.
The new Karate Kid.
And then on top of that, you also got the Chinese have their bigotry on why they didn't like the movie too. So like it was gonna flop anyway, or whatever, So
It was just a little too. It was fine. It was just a bit cringy.
Well, can we all say that? Can we all say that Jaden Smith was the Yasuke of his time?
No, he was Johnny.
crazy.
Look, when I was saying how the Chinese audiences didn't like that movie because Jaden Smith was black, that's the only reason why. Jaden Smith was 11 years old or 12 years old. He did perfectly well. His acting was good.
He did pretty good.
His fighting was good. His choreography was good. Literally, if the only thing is, if he was white, it would have been fine.
They'd be more open to it. They'd be more open to it.
Yes, exactly. That's an unfortunate reality.
Well, I mean,
Jaden Smith is kind of
he's wacko.
He's loopy.
As Jeff just said, how he's a house. Yeah, when he wore that weird blacked out gothic mansion over his head.
I mean,
it's a house.
I mean, to be fair, what I seen in the movie, it wasn't that bad. But for me, I question why, and it's like we know the reason why Jaden got the role, because he's a nepo baby, because of his father, and the movie tanked, and then also you have to think, Jaden, this is before he went off the deep end and became a
Yeah.
lunatic.
And you also know that they had to come to Will Smith to for the Karate Kid name because he owns the catalog. So they had to ask his permission to do it. So what probably is going to happen is they will probably mention Dre or whatever, in passing, oh yeah, I had a student before this new kid or whatever. But overall, it's Karate Kid, man. There's nothing you can do with this whole entire. It's about trying to fight bullies. That's all it is. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to get me to believe a kid that knows kung fu is getting bullied by a kid that knows karate. I'm sorry, dog. It just doesn't.
At least the bully they got was someone who actually knows martial arts.
But it's just it's just a rehashing of the original movie, and it's
that's what people want. People don't necessarily the broader audience at all. For the vast majority of things, they say they want something new, but what they mean is they want the same thing that they got with just a newer coat of paint.
Yeah, they just want a dumb
the thing
fun
is
movie.
the thing is nobody that are fans of the Karate Kid or Cobra Kai wanted this movie. No one.
We really did it.
The like-dislike ratio now? The like-dislike ratio is solid. It's 138,000 likes to 3,000 dislikes.
I mean, okay, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Well, I'm always about fair because the thing is, you got Ralph Macchio, Karate Kid, or whatever. The actual Karate Kid, or whatever. Even though I believe my student Johnny Lawrence should be the #1 Karate Kid. Should be his movie. It is what curse you, LaRusso. Anyway, and then you got Jackie Chan's star power of China coming together. So you got the two senseis that come together. Mm-hmm. What I feel like is going to happen is if this movie makes money because it has a $40 million budget or whatever. So I think it's going to make some money. It'll make its money. I think they're going to have a trilogy of this. And I think later on, the more if they get a #2, I wouldn't be surprised if Hilary Swank's character comes back, Julie Pierce or whatever. I wouldn't.
No,
I know
Hilary Swank over. They did an interview with her, and she says she's never returning to the Karate Kid franchise. She's not.
Okay.
She doesn't want to.
Okay, so okay. Well, I always believe you throw enough money in front of somebody, they're gonna come back. Because honestly, I don't know what the hell Hilary Swank is doing anymore. But okay, if she says she doesn't want to come back, that's fine. I didn't see that interview, but but I mean, you got William Zabka. He could come back or whatever as Johnny Lawrence to teach him the offensive side of Cobra Kai. Because if you watch the Cobra Kai dies or whatever, so I mean, and then you got the Cobra Kai crew, which I believe is going to make a cameo in this movie, some way, somehow, or whatever. Me and my friends always keep on saying, there's going to be something Miguel Diaz, the one that's playing with Charlamagne Duena or whatever. Miguel Diaz comes out of nowhere at at the post-credit scene saying hey, you want to know, I'm about to make a team. I'm about to make the Karate Kid initiative, something like that.
Well, see, the thing with
the
thing with Hilary Swank, the reason she's not going to come back is she's not acting anymore. She's actually done with acting. That's the reason why she hasn't been in nothing in years. And I believe she was talking about she had a bad experience on the movie. And I think she got hurt, and it's just not her thing anymore.
That's she got her Oscar in $1 Million Baby, and I think she's like, you know what? I made my money. I got my bag. I have my Oscar. I'm going to raise my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to raise my kids.
Okay,
You know
if she
what?
doesn't want to come back as I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at you.
Hmm.
Oh
I
boy.
agree.
And
so what's
also
the chat?
and also that version of the Cry Kid movie tanked. It was it
Oh no,
tanked.
it did bad. Like I like her character as Julie Pierce. I just don't like the movie or whatever. The character is solid for what it is or whatever, but the movie's just dog water. It's garbage, man. Like
Dude, even
uh,
even Pat Morita didn't even like the movie, and he was the main star of the
yeah,
fucking movie.
yeah.
It's true.
And he was drunk. He was drunk on the set most of the time. Like he was battling his drinking problems during that movie. That's the sad part about that whole entire movie. But what is the chat? What is our chat saying or whatever? And we could probably move on because we had a
good lead off from AP saying that Jackie Chan is going to be doing this stuff till he's 110 years old. Yeah, I agree.
Pretty much.
Until his body is broken, he's still going to be doing what he does. when they said we have to make a new Karate Kid, Corn Boy said he Vadered.
Yep.
He Vadered.
UK gamer
On
his typical back saying it's going to be a Pirate Bay grab. So sail on the high seas to take a look at that one. And you know what? If you get to it before us, let us know. Let us know what it's about. And also mentioning how, mentioning how it doesn't matter about a race swap. They already gender swapped in a previous film, as we mentioned with Hilary Swank, and it tanked. It's bad. Hilary Swank didn't do much after that. Cornboy point out some lore here, saying that Miyagi said his family came to Japan from China. Yes, because he's Okinawan. Okinawa, although being a part of Japan, has a very distinct.
It's its own country.
Multiculture, but it's like a subculture that has various East Asian influences from Japan, China, and Korean Peninsula. Okinawans are as close as you can get to, like, I don't know.
They're a little bit more darker.
Or something like the equivalent of like Texans in the United States, where Texans are like, we could be our own country if we wanted to, and we should be.
If I remember correctly, in the first one, he had PTSD from the war.
Yeah, he was in World War II.
Yeah.
He was in World War II.
Yeah, he was in World War II.
Yeah.
He was like he was part of the Japanese American team that was fighting against the other Japanese, whatever. They were considered traitors, like to their people at that time. Yeah. So
absolutely.
Mr. Shimp.
Cornboy brought up something before we move on. Cornboy brought up something real quick, saying the Spanish, I assume you mean the Iberian Spanish, like in Spain, are reporting that many Chinese restaurants and businesses are closing down there and people are leaving. What do they know? I don't know. I'd have to look at the politics and see what's going on over in Iberia as to why Chinese nationals would be leaving Spain specifically. I have some.
I'm not sure.
Ideas as to why that might be, but I'd have to see if there was some type of inciting incident. But
we gotta have some articles on that one.
Don't worry about it.
Ask Yo Pops.
Oh man,
he's from Fresno.
And
he's not. He's not.
He's Korean.
Yeah, I know that.
Anyway,
they're all the same. They eat dogs and cats.
All right.
No, they
on that
they
part.
fish the dogs.
All right, Spanish going to be timed out for a hot second while we get to our next thing. What is that going to be?
It's the clown of the week.
Oh, yeah. Phantom's going to be the clown of the week. I added him to the stage and he removed himself.
I think you could go ahead and play your play the music.
Play that music, baby.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a good one.
All right. So.
Oh man, I like that beat. That's pretty good.
It is.
Sean Boyega. Oh
John
man,
Boyega.
John Boyega.
It seemed like only
Ugh.
yesterday
Take it-
we were absolutely in his corner. It seems like only yesterday we were all behind John Boyega. We were all behind him because Disney and Ryan Johnson just absolutely just tore him to shreds. And I was totally behind him when they were saying how they minimized him on the posters, they cut his roles, they turned him into a totally different character. We were all for that. But I think that animosity has gotten to him. And that leads us to where we are today.
So he did an interview where he literally just he trashed the fans for not accepting Finn.
Mm-hmm. That is,
sir, you haven't been in a billion. You haven't been in a big film since Star Wars.
Look.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jake.
The fans are trashing Finn. I'm gonna read this quote of his, and then I'm gonna say my piece. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said, quote, "Let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something. You can always tell it's something. Some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando Calrissian and had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they just scattered that in there, bro. They're okay with us playing the best friend. But once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my God, it's just a bit too much. They're pandering." John.
Who wants to go first?
John, mine will be quick and to the point. Like I said in this intro, John, Mr. Boyega, if I may, we loved you as Finn in the first movie. In The Force Awakens, we were all for it. When you picked up that lightsaber in the trailer, we brought the house down. We were so happy about it. We are sorry that Ryan Johnson totally screwed you over and totally changed your character and minimized you for a character that people hated. We are sorry that Disney decided to take your massive face on the poster and make it really, really tiny for the overseas markets because they're racist fucks. But now, years later, because you're so upset, you have the audacity to turn back around and to say that it's white elitism and white people that are preventing you from being a star, that are preventing you from being a lead, preventing you from being a hero. Are you fucking kidding me? For years and years and years, all Star Wars fans were doing were complaining about how you, a good character, Finn, was being minimized and removed from the story and turned into a joke. We were behind you 100%. What happened? Why are you so angry? Why are you so mad? Are you jumping on this anti-racist bandwagon just way too late? Or what are you upset about? Are you upset at a specific group of white people? Are you upset at maybe Ryan Johnson, the director? Are you upset at Kathleen Kennedy? Are you upset at Bob Iger? Because don't blame the fans for this. Don't you dare blame the fans for this. Don't you dare blame the fans for this.
Oh.
I know why. I know why. So we do know that they're still trying to, come up with that Rey movie, and he wants to be back.
The Rey trilogy has been officially canned. It's officially over.
Ooh.
Last
He wants to
month.
be part. He wants to be part of Star Wars. He wants to be in Star Wars somewhere, because we all remember how he got on this soapbox and he ripped Star Wars from stem to stern for over a couple years. He thought he was a big shit. He was in the second Pacific Rim movie. You call it for what it was. It was some people liked it, some people didn't. He's been in some other good movies, but it's to the point where
no one cares.
he really thinks that he was the shit in those movies. First movie, he was phenomenal. I've said this a million times. Finn and Poe are my favorite characters in those last 3 films. Is Finn and Poe because I like the characters, and now seeing him being a whiny little fucking bitch, sit down and shut the fuck up. And you know what? I think Vagabond has a good thing to say to you.
Enjoy swimming.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Let me go ahead and cook on this guy real quick.
Go off, King. Go off.
Ninja, please. I know you didn't look. I know you did not look at the articles. I know that you didn't look at the. I know you didn't look at the fans or look into any other podcast. You just you had your team just basically gas you up, man, dude. We were pulling for you. We were pulling for you. This is the main reason, and I put this on my Instagram. This is the main reason why no one likes actors. Is because of this type of crap right here. Because you don't do research. You don't care what you don't listen to your fans. You don't listen to your fans. I know you don't listen to your fans because crap like this, or whatever. We were like neurotic. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Kennel, Young Ripper, all of us, homies, GCA, we all were pulling for you, saying that you should have been the main character, you ninja. Like, I'm not going to say the other word, ninja, because that's what you need. What's up, Alec? Ninja, you failed thing of a stormtrooper. You are an idiot, bro. Like, I'm sorry, dude. This is why no one cares what actors have to say. Like, you keep on putting your foot inside your mouth. Every time when people, like, when fans try to get excited for something, there's always got to be like a Rachel Zegler somewhere. There always got to be now a John Boyega. There always has to be Brie Larson. You know what? Brie Larson learned, so I got to give her a prop. She learned how to shut the F up and act. At this point, bruh, shut the F up and act. Oh, okay? Because guess what? No, you can't have the pass yet. Shut the F up and act, because you know what? Dude, we wanted you to be number one. It's like Jake said. We wanted you to be the Jedi. I'm sorry, bro, that you got humiliated in that second movie and got humiliated in the third movie of like just being a simp or whatever. Like, I hated that for you. Listen, Star Wars Episode 7, and I think you can look these stats up, had the most black people to show up to you in that theater to make sure that we were thinking that you were going to be the Jedi, and Kathleen Kennedy took it away from you. If you want to blame somebody, blame that heifer and everything. She's the reason why that you're not the main character. She's the reason why that you can't get a role anymore, because she messed up your character. She destroyed everything in your lore. Don't blame us, because we had your back. We had your back. And you know what? Screw you. Screw John Boyega. He's an idiot. I'm sorry. That ninja's stupid. I'm sorry.
In hell, they're talking about a third Pacific Rim movie. They're not even going to bring him back for that. They're going to recast Finn. They're going to recast his character.
John Boyega.
Yeah. Because he trashed that movie. Yeah, the movie is a good popcorn flick. Call it for what it is. I think Clint Eastwood's son was probably the best part of the whole fucking movie. But when it comes to John Boyega, he needs to sit down and shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. We all pulled for your fucking retarded dumbass. Dude, you literally are surrounded by yes men telling you that you were the greatest thing that came out of that trilogy. No, the fuck you wasn't. Nothing. I mean, if you really think about it,
That was Adam Driver.
Adam Driver and what's the guy that plays Ben?
Oscar Isaac.
Isaac was the only two damn good actors in that fucking trilogy. And how dare you? And how fucking dare you disrespect Mace Windu and Lando fucking Calrissian?
Mm-hmm.
They got more fan, like arguably they got like a lot of fans, like a whole bunch of fans, dude. Like John Boyega, you are an idiot. You are an idiot. Like you are an idiot, and your fan base is too. On the other side, I saw this one video saying that Neurotic was racist and a bad dude because they just pointed out saying that because he said that we like Mace Windu and we like Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian, like those are the only two black people, dude. Obviously, you have not watched a Neurotic live or anything, because like when we do talk about Star Wars, we talk about the injustices of what they did to John Boyega's character. Like you can just go all in Gary's videos on Star Wars and how he specifically always said that Disney is wrong for shrinking Finn that small to please a racist Chinese audience,
making him a main character to a background character within one fucking movie, movie, and then making and cucking him for the rest of the fucking series. When we all watched Force Awakens and seeing Finn, when you hear the forces awaken again, and Finn stands up, straight the fuck up, and then on Starkiller Base, right? He's got Anakin's lightsaber, and he ignites it, and you're like, oh shit, it's about to fucking go down.
Let's go.
And then the next movie was basically a heist movie in Star Wars, and he
was clumsy.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We all were alive in 2015, and we were all stoked to see what Finn was going to do. We all saw The Force Awakens, and we were so excited to see what was going to happen next. We were going to see, okay, is he going to get his own lightsaber? Is Luke Skywalker going to train him? You know, what's going to happen with that? And we were all live in 2017 when The Last Jedi came out, and we saw what they did to you. And we were all in your corner. We were all in your corner. You want to talk about racism? I didn't see a single white person in real life, in my online friend group, or anywhere on the internet bitch or complain about how you had too big of a part in episode 7. I didn't see a single white person rejoice at the fact that you had a reduced role or they turned you into a joke. No. We were all mad at Rian Johnson, at Kathleen Kennedy, at Lucasfilm, at Disney.
We called them out on it.
And we
called them out.
And we have continued to call them out on it for the better part of a decade. But because you have had bad luck, this is the only reason I can think of, because you have had bad luck in Hollywood over the past number of years. You're trying to find someone to blame, and it is in vogue, it is stylish to blame the white elite. Look, man.
To get what you want. To get what you want.
Hard. Yeah, to get what you want. You're out of pocket. You missed real hard. And you know what you've done? All of it. And I mean every last drop of the good graces and the support of the fans over the past decade that you have had, that have been defending you for years.
I'm not gonna defend you no more, bro. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I'm out. I'm out.
You know
how the trilogy has ended, and we have continued to defend you every time that trilogy is brought up. And after years and years of no mainline Star Wars movies, and us continuing to defend you at every turn, you come out and say this. Please leave.
Wow,
Bye.
you can just say this much, John Boyega. You're the definition of black privilege at this point.
Yeah.
That's that's stupid, man. Like for years, I have called out Kathleen Kennedy for her blatant racism. Like what she did was racist. Like she literally just promised you that you were going to be the main star, and just said like, well, I gotta please my Chinese audience. Sorry, black man. We're gonna have to put a woman instead. Whatever. Like, sorry, it just is what it is. Or whatever.
They even had to cut scenes that made him look better than the actual film than what was released in the film. Like they had cut scenes.
So what you're saying that there's a better cut?
I mean, it makes the
Somewhere.
yes. It
Somewhere.
makes there's a scene with Phasma where he actually exposes her as being a coward and voluntarily putting down the shield, and they cut that part out, entire section out of the movie.
Dude, we were having theories saying that you were a descendant of Mace Windu, bro. Like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, you are an idiot.
Even there was the rumors that he was Lando Calrissian's son that was stolen from him,
which they gave to that bow and arrow girl instead.
Oh yeah, the
deserves it better than Finn.
girl.
What?
He's like, listen. Just to end it off on this. Like, listen, it's Star Wars. I'm sorry. You say that it's white, bruh. We got a freaking Chewbacca. Like, what are you talking about? You sound stupid. You sound retarded. Actually, you are dumb.
Star Wars are aliens. What are we?
They're aliens.
About?
In a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, people had a lot more concerning things to worry about than light skin and dark skinned people.
You
so
know
many different species of sentient creatures running around.
You sound stupid.
You know what? John Boyega just wish he had a little
Black girl magic.
They gave it all to his girlfriend in episode 9.
Yeah.
He has you had like an Asian girlfriend and you had a black girlfriend, man. He wanted what he really wanted. He really wanted that raid. That's what it was, man. He wanted that Snow Queen.
What is he, Snow Bunny?
He wanted that Snow Bunny, but like Kathleen Kennedy said, nah, I can't have that happen.
I got it. John Boyega must be a disciple of Dr. Umar now.
No,
he's a Umar
Johnson.
Dr. Umar. Kathleen Kennedy consulted Dr. Umar first.
We will not be doing any bunny hopping.
Yeah, remember, he wanted Ray. He wanted the Snow Bunny, but then nah. Captain Kennedy's like, Dr. Umar, what do I need to do? Finn can't have the Snow Bunny. Give him the Asian chick, and give him the black chick, then give him nothing.
Nothing but the white one. The white one.
Nothing but the white one.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I think we can talk about pop culture.
Please, God, please. Let us
Are we going to talk about Zelda? Or you guys want to talk about Zelda? Or whatever? Or what?
We'll talk about that Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we can talk about Snow White and how it's an abomination and it failed and was badly and it's nightmare fuel and the doors are scary and weird and you look like you need to smoke something.
Go off, guys. Go off.
You have to look at this. Jason Statham's Working Man is the #1 movie in America, beating this monstrosity.
Oh yeah.
It beat the Dragon Ball Super movie.
It's the worst movie ever.
You mean Evolution, Dragon Ball Evolution, not Super.
Yeah, that one.
Don't confuse that.
I got a hot take. Dragon Ball Evolution's a masterpiece compared to this dog shit.
I don't think that's a hot take.
You know what? That's not really. I think a lot of people agree with you. So let me say this: it's just a second part to this John Boyega thing. Rachel Zegler, you is just as worse as John Boyega because you are a little girl. Like you're not a woman, you're a girl. Because little girls try to get their own way. You were so unprofessional in this movie, and because of this is what you get. You got hit with real reality, real life. People vote with their dollars. You,
Well,
you were so bad. You were so bad. You had Gal Gadot had security put around her. Go ahead, Ben.
Also, so I heard, I can't confirm or deny this, that Disney has let her out of her contract to do any other films with them because of this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Her dumb shit.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
The amount of effort over the past 5-ish years that Disney has put in trying to get this film off the ground, and every step of the way, Rachel Zegler has been throwing a stick in the spokes.
And then blamed everything except herself.
Yeah, and then blamed Disney for it. I can't imagine how infuriating it has been behind the scenes for people at Disney spending as much money as they have and losing as much money as they have right now. They've lost, like over $200 million on this. And
also,
again, trying to make this happen, even if Rachel Zegler said nothing over the past number of years, Disney would still have been fighting an uphill battle to get this movie out. But she just continued to run her mouth anyway because she's a little fucking girl. I don't even think she's turned 21 yet. She just runs her mouth.
She's 23. She's 23.
Whatever. But you fuck with the House of Mouse for this long. Believe me, if the rumors are true that they have let you go of your contract or bought you out of your contract or whatever, believe me, they're going to make sure that you never star in another successful movie again. If you star in a movie, it's going to be some sub $5 million indie flick. But your career is effectively over. You've just knocked like 10, 15 years off of your Hollywood career through your shenanigans.
Before it even started, effectively.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, the only thing she had was Shazam and Spielberg.
Hunger Games. But also, you got to look at this. Now, I'm going out on a limb on this, but I think Lilo and Stitch will be a $1 billion film. I think it will be a $1 billion film.
Same here.
Also, the people that there are people that are giving good reviews for How to Train Your Dragon. That people have done early screenings of it, and they say it's really good. So when it comes to this movie, first Peter Dinklage. You can't hear me?
I can.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, so we know that Peter Dinklage was the first person to put controversy on this fucking movie.
Yes,
because of and then she didn't help it. She didn't help it by doing weird, and the fucking then she's like, I never watched the movie, but then I'm terrified of the movie. But yet, the prince is not going to be the hero. Bitch, sit down and shut the fuck up. You will be in the next Hunger Games movie because they have already said that she will be in that next installment that's a sequel to the one she was in. And then after that, she's done. I heard she's in Broadway still. Like she's doing Broadway shows now. Like that's where she's at. Because yeah. But that just shows you that, like, listen, you got to be mature. You got to be a good business advocate or whatever, because like you can be the wokest of woke or whatever, but if you're bad for business, they're not going to work with you anymore. You were bad for business. And if you got to think of this, that when the director's own kid said that they had to fly out there to Rachel and tell her to shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. You know it was bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
the producer had to go out there. The director had to go out there and talk to her and say, like, "Listen, you put in this Palestine and Disney. It's not happening, chick. I need you to take this thing down. We're gonna lose millions of dollars." No, I don't want to do it because like, no, you are bad for business. You're bad for business. That's like telling your employer, like, no, I'm not gonna put the tomatoes up because you know what? I just don't feel like it this day or whatever. No, you don't get to do that. Like,
and that's why I say that. Look, you mess with a House of Mouse, they are going to make sure that your career is over. It's over. Whatever you thought in 2020, 2021, 2022, you were going to do over the next decade, that ain't happening, Rachel. You're done. I'm sorry. You're done.
This is the reason why we have no actors. We have activists pretending to be actors.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're adult pretenders, as we
And,
say.
and you know, we talked about the Marvel announcement for Doomsday. Which one of the Avengers was not listed in that first batch of stuff? Mark Ruffalo. Hulk was never mentioned.
I noticed. I didn't notice that. However, that's a good point. However, they're paying attention when they say that they don't pay attention. They're paying attention, but like I'm telling you, there's probably ops in this chat right now. Like I guarantee you, like there's some people watching. Like, you know, I'm telling you, man, they pay attention to all our streams. Like they're paying attention to GCA. They're paying attention to the homies, New Black Street, Geeks and Gamers. Everybody, I'm telling you, dude, they're paying attention to as we speak. They understand how, like, once again, we can't change your mind. However, we're just gonna put our opinion out there and just see where it goes. Or whatever. Like, I'm just putting out my opinion, just like everybody else. Or whatever. But they understand they can't control YouTube. They can't control the internet. Bottom line, Rachel Zegler is a brat. She basically almost got Gal Gadot killed because, you know, you had people that pro-Palestine that was threatening her or whatever. Like they had to shut down. They had to stop the UK premiere because basically UK is basically Saudi Arabia out there now. Or whatever. A UK gamer can go ahead and say that that's true or whatever. It's like basically like Saudi Arabia out in the UK, and people were threatening Gal Gadot. Like she couldn't go to the UK because people were threatening her.
Dude, they no red carpets for this. They had Rachel Zegler. I think she was in Germany, and she sung in front of the castle. That was it.
Yeah.
Because that stupid little bitch couldn't keep her fucking mouth shut.
Yeah. And you know that Disney was just saying we cannot have a red carpet for the release of this movie because she could say anything. She could say anything. The movie is going to air an hour after she's first on camera on the red carpet. She could say anything, and God knows what would happen.
But also think of this. What Rachel Zegler did helps Gina Carano. It literally helps Gina Carano.
Yep.
I agree.
Gina's just sitting back. She just sitting back and sitting back with Jay, and they're just like laughing at this right now as we speak or whatever. Just sitting back or whatever, and just laughing at this situation, man. So I mean, I guess we can go to our next subject. You guys want to talk about Superman?
Oh, I know Fam does.
We got something to show you guys. So they dropped another teaser a few hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got to watch it. So this is an extended scene of the crypto scene.
The first 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Jake told me to hold my opinion on this.
I did.
Play it, and I want to give my opinion on it.
Yeah, this was the sneak peek that they showed at CinemaCon, and it's the first.
This is confirmed to be the.
It's like the first 2 or so minutes is new footage.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
like and then after that it's just a normal trailer type of thing. But yeah, this is confirmed to be like the first couple of minutes of the movie or whatever. So go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, let's watch the first few minutes of this, and once it gets into the stuff we've already seen, we'll pause it and we'll get to. I think Fan wants to cook on it first. So in a 3, a 2, a 1, and
look back to how Superman's got his arms folded.
oh yeah,
So
how
they
crossed them.
from the comics and also from the Super Friends cartoon show from the 80s. So when Superman has kryptonite poisoning, he holds his hands in a certain way. And so James Gunn has talked that he's looked at a whole bunch of the comic books and the Super Friends who built into this movie. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's just a normal
stuff right there.
I mean, there's more to the kaiju part of the trailer, but like, I don't think you don't have to watch all of it again. However, if you want to.
I'll play it muted while Phantom gives his opinion on it.
Superman's near is when it appears. Because, because of Luthor, because of villains, it hides itself. So that's from the comic books. That has happened in the comic books. Then like UK Gamer says, can anybody else hear the whistle? No, it's high pitch. Only Crypto can hear the whistle.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a hypersonic whistle, hypersonic dog whistle.
It's a
and seeing Crypto show up and be a dog playing around, not realizing that Superman's
his owner is hurt. Yeah.
Dude, I got chills seeing. I actually got a tear in my eye because I think this movie might be good. It might be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I got some hope, man. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, dude. Like, I've been really picky with my superhero medium because Daredevil is just a straight up disappointment. However, but this right here gives me a little bit of hope right here. Like, I love how they made a little pitch to All-Star Superman, which check out that movie. It's pretty good. All-Star Superman's pretty good or whatever with the robots. I think that was pretty cool. Of course, Crypto. Like you for some reason people hate Crypto, dude. Crypto's freaking amazing, dude. Like I'm down for the Crypto. I'm like on the Crypto train. As long as he doesn't talk, like I don't mind the campiness or whatever. Because I think, in my honest opinion, we need to bring back a little bit of camp in superhero movies because it's just been overly, how can I say, grounded. Too much in reality, not enough fantasy or whatever. So I'm okay with Crypto being in here.
And we do know by Chris Gore, because Jake will play the clip here in a minute, that what Chris Gore said, that the GLA or wherever they're known as in this movie, they're background characters. They don't have a prominent role in this movie. And
it's just showing you they're still the superheroes.
And Lex Luthor, he kills people. He kills people in the movie.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Of
course,
as it should be.
And
so,
yeah,
Phantom, before you keep going, Phantom, I'll go ahead and play the clip real quick. So, Film Threat hasn't uploaded its own clip from Film Threat Versus yet, and so this is actually mirrored in a Geeks and Gamers daily. So, just going to show this real quick. It's just about 45 seconds long, where Chris Gore says what Phantom was mentioning just now. So let's listen to this real quick.
There was a test screening of Superman last week, and I know someone who was there.
Please drop links
to
Chris's
place
channel.
On the Warner's lot. It was Wednesday, March 26th in the afternoon. About 60 people showed up to the lot to see a test screening of a movie. They did not know it was Superman. Peter Safran and James Gunn were in the audience. It was at the Stephen J. Ross Theater on the Warner lot. Everyone was heavily vetted to see the movie, and they got to see Superman. It is the what they saw was unfinished. Some of the effects with the kaiju fight unfinished. There was also the titles were not completely finished. I'll tell you the bullet points of what I know, but I will not tell you spoilers, and I know them, a lot of them. Here's what I know. The running time surprised me. The film is an hour and 55 minutes, so just under 2 hours.
That is crazy.
Again, not complete. It was reported earlier that the movie was over 2 hours and 20 minutes. This cut that was shown to civilians, right? This was people that were, recruited to come to test screening, saw an hour and 55 cut of the film. We know about Bradley Cooper playing Jor-El. That came out.
Which I don't got a problem with.
Additionally,
Bradley Cooper's cool.
The performance of David Cornsweet, he is truly Superman, from what I was told. He really is just.
I like, from what I saw, I kind of like how David Cornsweet is Superman.
Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is chilling. People will die as a result of Lex Luthor's
Thank you.
actions.
Bring back the villains, baby. Bring back villains.
In this movie.
That's
good. Make villains great
effects
again.
Were unfinished. I was also told that while people have been concerned about there's too much in this movie, the JLI, Justice League International, Guy Gardner, whatnot, these side characters, they're not as
now here. This was on Versus yesterday, so it's not in April.
Yeah, so that's what we have there. And I think Phantom, that kind of makes you feel good knowing that Justice League International is going to be kind of minimal
in the background,
especially Guy Gardner. He's not going to be there.
That was my main thing too. That was my main thing. Is like, is this going to be like a Justice League movie? Because if not, why why call it Superman? But like, if this is in the background, now let's be fair. There's been times where Chris Gore has gotten things wrong and he's only human or whatever, or like, because like he was saying that the Flash movie was going to be pretty good, and he kind of backtracked and said like he was like pulling for the Batman scenes or whatever. But okay, Chris, like we'll forgive you on that or whatever. And he's seen all the Daredevil, and right now I'm not feeling it or whatever. But I mean, once again, I just want this movie to come out because I'm just tired of the back and forth. Like, I just want to see it at this point. Like, we got people on our side that like it and hate it or whatever. And then, it's like in Civil War. And you know what? I'm happy that we're actually having these type of discussions. It's bringing back fandom or whatever. Like, it's good that we all don't agree that this movie is going to be good. Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be good? Or like, people still mad at the suit or whatever. Some people just don't like James Gunn. Some people are like pro Snyderverse still and everything. And you know what? I love it. I freaking love it because that's fandom. The fights keep fandom alive.
Okay, so UK Gamer. So the guy that's playing Lex Luthor is the guy that played Beast in the First Class series.
Yeah. Nicholas Hoult, he's a great actor. If you want to know why he got Lex Luthor, if you are questioning him as Lex Luthor, go watch the movie The Menu. He's pretty much like Luthor in that movie. And also, Nicholas Hoult even said that he watched a lot of Smallville. He watched a lot of Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor, and that's what's going to be his angle going with it, or whatever.
Even Michael Rosenbaum did an interview not too long ago, said that he thinks Holt is going to kill it as Lex Luthor, and knowing now that he's going to be Lex Luthor, the genius mastermind evil motherfucker.
Mad scientist.
Do it.
Yeah.
Very all-star Superman-esque. Like
Yeah.
the Grant Morrison run.
Mm.
Also, Naganal, peace
Yeah.
out, brother. Go with God. Take care, my friend. Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
mine.
man. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So,
Oh, man.
All-Star Superman is a great run, and that's a great
It's a good movie.
And
It's a good movie, nice solid comic book series. Like, you know, I know a lot of us, especially I know Gary's been kind of nervous, like with the Reverse Kingdom Come angle and the All-Star Superman thing mixed together. But if this, it's like I said this plenty of times. If there's somebody in the movie business that gets superheroes, it is James Gunn. Like him or not, like if you might not every of his things is gonna hit with everybody because you know James Gunn is hit or miss with a lot of people or whatever. For me, I enjoy his stuff. I liked the Guardians, I like the Peacemaker, I like the Suicide Squad. I liked it all or whatever so far. Creature Commandos, I think that was his worst project so far, in my opinion. But I think we're in solid hands for what I've seen for the first couple of minutes. For what I see.
But also, Chris says in that little clip that there is a extended dialogue between Clark and Lois in their apartment. That could slow it down a little bit.
That's okay.
However, I just want this movie to be great because if this movie is good, we know that Batman might be good. This is the movie. This is my because everybody knows I love Batman, even though there's certain people that think I don't know shit about Batman, but I know a lot about Batman. This movie is going to be a hit. If it's a hit, James Gunn was a good choice. If it fails, we will roast it. We'll call a spade a spade. If it's good, we'll say it's good. If it's awful, we'll say it's awful. But as far as we know now, we've been led down this slippery slope too many times. I want to see the movie. And hopefully it falls off the truck in front of ABF's house, and and we might get to watch it in Discord. I just want this movie
I don't know.
to be fucking good.
I know I'm going to the theater for this one. I'm going to go to the theater for this one.
And keep an eye on Chow because Chris will do a review, and I know it will be up on this channel that same day.
Yeah. Like I'll definitely when it hits, like I will be there Thursday evening. Like I'm going to the early show. So yeah, okay. So final subject. We all know. You guys know the news. It's even in the thumbnail. The great Val Kilmer has passed away. Arguably one of my favorite actually my favorite Batman, to be honest with you. I think for me, he was like the best, like underrated as Batman. Just to kind of make a homage to that, could you play the clip real quick and then we can watch the article or whatever? Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. We have a little clip here from Batman Forever. Let's take a look at this, my friends. Val Kilmer.
My
Val Kilmer, man.
Yeah,
my favorite Batman.
The bat symbol that's on my arm is the one from this movie. I love this fucking movie.
Yeah. I love Batman Forever for what it is, man. Underrated Batman.
Yeah. And he was in so many other good movies too, man. Such a loss.
Yeah. Doc Holliday, Tombstone. He played Moses, Prince of Egypt. Yep, Jim Morrison. Like, dude, like we lost a great one, man. But you know what? It's bittersweet. I'm sad that he's gone, but I'm happy that he's gone too because he's in a better place, so he won't suffer no more. Like, because I know he was suffering a lot because since he lost his voice or whatever.
Yeah.
So
esophageal cancer, man. Oh my gosh, to be an actor and to literally have an illness take your voice away. Just
Mhm.
oh my goodness. It's one of the reasons why I was moved by his cameo scene in Top Gun Maverick. You know, that was the last thing that he acted in, and you know, they didn't try to sugarcoat it. You know, they brought him in his dress whites, and you know, he still had the thing over his esophagus. He didn't say a single word, and
I think he said one word.
No, they AI dubbed his voice.
Oh,
in the
okay.
He
movie.
couldn't speak,
Yeah.
but those couple minutes where he's just standing there, face acting opposite Tom Cruise, like that was
awesome.
That was a great send off for him. Absolutely.
They
Great
said
send-off.
they need Maverick.
Dude,
And I'm
What was
with
so-
Bala. With him and Cruise, it almost wasn't acting. Yeah, exactly.
What was so bad about it? It was on April 1st. It was April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
And we were in the GCA Discord when it dropped, and I started crying. I love Val Kilmer, and my recommendation tonight was his first movie, so he's gonna be missed. I mean, he was in The Island of Dr. Giro. He played John Holmes, the porn star in I can't remember the movie. He was Moses. He was Moses on Broadway, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
That's how he got to play him in Prince of Egypt. And God, such a great actor, man. Such a great.
He was
great
versatile, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can't forget what he played in the Heat. He played the police officer in Heat, man. Like that was good.
Oh, dude.
Like, you know.
No, he wasn't a police officer. He was part of
He was a
his
safecracker. He was a safecracker.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. UK Gamer, you might have a little surprise in store. Just hold on for just a moment. Ebola, do you have any words that you'd wish to express about Val Kilmer?
Okay. I would say I know it's sad that he's dead, but I get it. I know it's gonna. I guess it's gonna sound weird, but I'm saying it's better he be gone than continuing suffering with what he.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah.
You could tell with Top Gun it was really bad. I'm guessing. I'm only going to assume it got worse since then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he doesn't have to suffer with that. I think it was throat cancer.
Esophageal cancer, yeah.
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 The same cancer that Michael Douglas had. The same cancer. Yep.
Except he didn't blame it on cunnilingus like Michael Douglas did.
Yeah.
So anyways, Val Kilmer.
R.I.P.,
Crease's
brother.
favorite Batman. That's a hot take to a lot of people, but Crease's favorite Batman. You were a
My
good
favorite
Batman.
one, man.
You were just a fantastic actor, and God be with you now. We know you're
I mean,
in a
I
better
would
place.
say Kilmer or Keaton.
Kilmer and Keaton, there you go.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of Val Kilmer real quick, why don't we go ahead and move to outros, and specifically we can start with Phantom tonight, because Phantom had a very specific request for his recommendation tonight. And UK Gamer actually a couple minutes ago said, Top Secret, another underrated movie. Well, you will not believe what I have in store for you, good sir, because tonight, Phantom's recommendation is an underrated Val Kilmer movie, Top Secret. Let's watch.
Yep. Retrospect.
Look, I'm not the first guy who fell in love with a girl he met in
Val
a restaurant.
Kilmer's
who then
first
turned out to be
role.
the daughter of a kidnapped
And a
son.
fun fact about this movie: this was Peter Cushing's last role too. He was in this movie. He died right after this movie. Yep.
I know it.
Oh.
It all sounds like some bad movie.
Almost She's driving me crazy. She rocked me to the east, she rocked me to the west. She's the good that I love dancing to the fruity. Oh, Rudy, to the fruity. Oh, Rudy.
There he is.
It's good shit, man.
To the fruity. Oh, Rudy, to the fruity. Oh, Rudy.
It's
I walk on the ram, I love bamboo.
great. So give us a little word on it, Phantom.
I love this movie. This is his first movie, and God, this is like probably one of the best spoof movies of all time. And hands down, man, I watched this just hours before we found out that he passed. I didn't know it, and I watched it. I watched Batman the same day because, you know, I watched the doc on Val Kilmer that was recently released not too long ago, and oh man, it's such a great actor, so many great roles. R.I.P. to Batman, Bruce Wayne. You will be missed, my friend. You will be missed.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
and rest of my outros, we will be doing a Chilling with the Homies Saturday night, and we will have an announcement on some stuff. We might drop who's next week's guest Saturday night. We might.
Might being a strong word.
Also, we do have a Discord.
Yes, we do.
If you guys are not part of our Discord, why the hell aren't you? We also have merch. We have merch.
It is in the pinned comment and in the description.
And there will be some new items to be put there very, very soon. Also, we do have a guild on Power World in our Discord. We're trying to get
officially crossplay now.
Yeah, so we're trying to get more people to play it. And Saturday night we here 9:00 Saturday Eastern. We got a lot to talk about, and we're probably we had some stories that we had to cut tonight that we will talk about Saturday night. And we got a trailer to the new Naked Gun movie that's just been released today. Also, I am working on some new merch for our merch store, and that's pretty much.
All right. Chris, how about you, good sir?
Of course, I'm just gonna recommend Batman Forever. That's like the main movie that I watched. That was the first movie that I saw Val Kilmer in. So that's why I kind of love it so much, or whatever. And yeah, he's my favorite Batman because, no offense to Eric, the other ones or whatever, but it's I don't like constant normie debate. I always try to go against the grain or whatever. So you always hear Keaton, you always hear Bell, you always hear Affleck, and now you got Patterson or whatever. And I'm just saying, Val don't get enough credit, man. However, the Schumacher films are always looked down upon, and you know what? Thanks a lot, Batman Forever. I mean, Batman and Robin or whatever. But I always say, go watch Batman Forever. It's a solid live action Batman the Animated Series movie. That's what I call it, a live action Batman the Animated Series. What I got going on, definitely this weekend, chilling with the homies. Gonna be with Phantom and Ebola and Vagabond. We're gonna be talking about some stuff. We got some new stuff that's gonna be dropping next week. We have a big announcement for that. Also, our guest is finally locked in. They had to switch up the schedule. I know we were promising you somebody this week. Hey, but schedules happen, things happen. but they said they're definitely going to be here next week. I wish I could tell you, but man, once again, For the Homies podcast will be a big branch in the fellowship. You just watch. Keep on tuning in, people. Jake, what you got going on?
Well, for myself, as you guys know, my name is Big Dog Jake, BIGGDOGGJAKE. You can find me on Twitter, /X, Beware Politics. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Discord. You can look up my Spotify playlist if you want. And as someone who loves music, with Val Kilmer passing, I'm going to have to recommend the official soundtrack for Batman Forever. It is an absolute banger of a soundtrack with some very unique songs. We have U2's Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. We have Lenny Kravitz. We have Lenny Kravitz coming out with some songs. We have Where Are You Now, Brandy? And of course, we have Seal's eponymous multi-platinum song, Kiss from a Rose, made specifically for this movie. Go check it out. 1995, the official soundtrack for Batman Forever. Requiem Scott and Pachi, Val Kilmer. Go listen to some good music. Ebola, do you have any recommendations for tonight?
I guess I had Top Gun Maverick.
Go watch Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Go watch
In
it.
terms of
Top Gun Maverick.
Val Kilmer, Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
Any personal things that you got coming on?
Yeah.
Just the usual Asian drama over there.
Check out his link tree. You'll find his channels. You see where he's streaming. Ebola, thanks so much for continuing to be here.
Always.
Well, thank you everybody for coming in tonight. We will be seeing you guys Saturday night with Chilling with the Homies, which we'll be doing that Saturday night, 9:00 Eastern. And to leave out tonight, I got a few things I want to play, then the outro. So,
well, take the pants off. Take the pants off. Take your pants off.
I just want to suck a dick to see what it tastes like.
Roll that outro.
Night, everybody.
We talking about the life we know. Laughs and vibes and good times flow. Homies gather, let the stories grow. Screaming loud, let the wisdom show. Late nights, we ain't slowing down. Mic in hand, we own this town. From the heart, every word profound. For